Good morning from Brisbane, Australia. How are you, everyone in chat? Are you freezing? Are you covered in snow? Are you covered in sleet, hail, or sweat? Like me. Which is it? I would like to know, is anyone in Georgia at the moment? Is anyone in Georgia? Because in Georgia, that's where Sarah Grace Patrick's bond hearing is set for tomorrow, and I'm wondering whether or not her bond hearing might be delayed due to snow and hail and sleet, all those things that I'm completely unfamiliar with, and I don't know how these things stop stuff from happening, but apparently they do. So if anyone's in Georgia, let me know. Oh, you're in Covington, Georgia. Peace fingers. Hey, peace fingers. Yeah, I'm just wondering whether or not that means that her bond hearing might be delayed a couple of days. I don't know. Snow, but tomorrow I'm going back to the West Coast, thank goodness. Yeah, apparently the West Coast not so bad, but I don't know. I don't know how these things work. I know nothing about snow, except, it's cold apparently, and wet and gross and pretty. Anyway, yeah, hey, critical true crime in chat. Now, today we've got a few different things to cover. So we're mainly on the Sarah Grace Patrick case, but people who've been following this channel for a bit longer know that when I cover cases, I don't just cover the facts of the case or the trial. I like to cover other people's coverage and also what's happening out in social media. I like to cover the coverage. And so I had a show for a long time called Hearsay for Days, and it was about what people are saying about what's being said. So, because that's hearsay, right? And so today is not just about the Sarah Grace Patrick case, but it's about what people have been saying about the Sarah Grace Patrick case. Because what some people have been saying about the Sarah Grace Patrick case has been, in my opinion, kind of rubbish. And some of the usual suspects out there and out there in reporter land or true crime land, whatever you like to call it, have been doing a pretty shit job of reporting on this case. In my opinion, and I'm only a fake journalist and a fake lawyer, but that's my opinion out here. Yeah. Now, I just did notice Critical True Crime in chat. Critical True Crime has been following this case really closely, and so I might be referring to Emily. Hi, Emily, a little bit because she knows it a lot better than I do. But hi, and thank you for being here. Coffindaffer, Jennifer Coffindaffer, is ridiculous. Yes, she's an absolute fool, and no matter what case she covers, she's pretty much wrong all the time. There's only one thing I think she's ever been kind of right on, and that is that the case against Richard Allen is not very tight. She hasn't said he's innocent. She hasn't said he's not guilty, but she's been critical of the prosecution. And that shocked me. She's always very, very pro-state. So if Jennifer Coffindaffer can see that there's problems with that case, then there's problems with that case. Yeah, we'll talk a bit about her soon. Yeah, plot twist for her. That was a real plot twist for her. Yeah. I'll bring Darling in. We'll say hi to everybody. And yeah, look, she is the worst. She makes Lauren look like just Reporter of the Year.
Hey.
Going.
Well, I have a picture with Coffindaffer. No, I'm kidding. That'd be great though if I did. Maybe I'll Photoshop her head online with Lauren.
Please bring it on. Do you have one with her hugging her or something?
Yeah.
Making out?
Holding hands.
Dali can fix her. Yeah.
If anyone can, I can.
If anyone can, please. Yeah. Demotion? Are you what? Executive producer? No, executive producer. You're not executive producer today?
I changed. I went on Nick's stream, I think on Friday, and had to change
Oh.
remove my executive producer because I didn't want to spend like 3 minutes talking about that.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
There.
No, I get it. I get it. I did want to show you guys something actually, because Jennifer Coffindaffer and Lauren do know one another. They do. They know one another. I don't know the context of this, so I'm just going to. I'll just put it on screen, and you can see. I don't know when this was. I always put usually, when I've got text messages and stuff, I usually put like when it was sent and where it was sent to and that kind of thing. But all I've got right now is this, so I'll just put it. I'll put it here and show you. Even Lauren, where am I? Even Lauren. Coffindaffer is legit annoying. That's funny. That's really quite funny. That's really quite funny. So, I'm told that like even though there's like I've seen one or two photos of Lauren and Coffindaffer like smiling at events and things together, which doesn't mean that they're friends. Like,
yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
See?
Yeah. But I believe that even Lauren believes that Coffindaffer is a shitty journalist. But then again, she badmouths everybody, so who knows?
Certainly not me.
First time Lauren's told the truth. Yeah. I do have some other stuff to do with just Lauren and Coffindaffer, but that'll have to wait for probably another stream. And it depends maybe if the Sarah Grace Patrick bond hearing is delayed or not. We'll see. But who would have known? Who would have known? That's just too funny. That Coffindaffer is legit annoying. Yeah, I know. But she's so credible, guys. Like, I mean, and she's so good at what she does. I mean,
absolutely.
Really?
Lots are actually one of the.
I assume that's what you were looking for.
I was just looking for that. Thank you. You read my mind. You read my mind. In the same gang as Susan Hendricks, yeah. I think Susan Hendricks might be a bit more respected than Coffindaffer, but it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Is there anyone that doesn't annoy Lauren? We're waiting to find out. We're waiting to find out. Okay.
Well, her selfish brother had to start dying when she was busy at trial. Sorry, that was really mean.
Dolly.
That was
Dolly. Everybody starts getting in the way of her fun murders. It's just really, why? What's with all these people getting in the way of this, like, celebrations of these trials that she goes to? How she ever solved a case is beyond me. Who says she ever solved a case? Critical true crime. Emily, I mean, I don't know. No one really knows what Jennifer Coffindaffer ever did at the FBI, assuming she really worked there. Like, it's kind of her background with the FBI is kind of like John's background as a forensic psychologist. But no, you just believe them.
Did she also go to Princeton?
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? everyone just, I just assumed she was in the FBI because she says she's ex-FBI. So,
A
okay.
female body inspector.
Female body inspector, flowers by Irene. She was in public relations and dealt with the press. Yeah, I believe that or like data entry.
Okay, yeah, she answered phones.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah. She answered phones. Yeah, something like that. Might have been a janitor. I reckon it's a new hobby for us all to try and debunk this ex-FBI agent, special agent thing. Yeah. Let's all get onto it, guys. All right. So we want to first talk about Sarah Grace Patrick. So let's get into that. It's important. This girl is being kept in solitary, and she's been there for a long time, and she could be there a lot longer yet. So let's get into this. I wasn't expecting to have that at the beginning of my slides, but it just materialized. So hey everyone in chat, how are you? Welcome today. Okay, so welcome to the strange case of Sarah Grace Patrick, or the TikTok teen murderer, or insert other trashy title, because that's what people tend to do. They tend to give these cases sort of these trashy kind of titles.
Of course.
Yeah. This is where it happened. So it's 1531 Tyus Carrollton Road, Carrollton. I don't really understand how these names work, but it's in Carrollton, but it's also Carroll County. So Carrollton, Carroll County. Okay, just to confuse me. And there's the house. So it's just near I don't know if that's near Atlanta, but there's Atlanta there. Okay, so let's see what happened. So we've got, these are the decedents. So we've got Kristen Brock, 41, and James Brock, 45. They're on February 20, 2025. They were found by the couple's 5-year-old daughter, shot to death in their bed at their home in Carrollton, Georgia. All right. Now, very sad. Sarah Grace Patrick, she was 16 at that time, and then she calls 911 to report the incident. Hang on. All right, so no signs of forced entry are noted, but one door is found slightly ajar, and no valuables were taken, and the murder weapon's not found. That's really important. So whilst it was a shooting, there's no gun. So whoever shot them, and cut to the chase, she's been arrested. If she shot them, somehow she managed to get rid of the gun. Gone. Thin air. Gone. Okay.
Oh, that's just a pesky detail.
It's a pesky detail. Yeah. Okay. So now let's get into the more salacious stuff. Yeah, no gun residue on her hands either. Yes. Yeah. That's also just a pesky detail. Door ajar means something. It does. It seems, I would think it would mean something, that someone came in, left, but who knows? It is very sad. The whole thing's very sad. Okay, so late February, early March 2025, Sarah Grace Patrick speaks at a memorial service for her parents where she says, "I'm sorry," which is construed as an apology for the killings by some family members. So this eulogy is, it's gone kind of viral. It's gone everywhere, and people have sort of broken it down and made a huge deal of it. This is, Kristen Dowder is the niece of her stepdad, and they were quite close. Now, Lauren Matthias interviewed this lady, and we'll look a little bit at that in a minute. She's posted this on her, I think that's her TikTok. And she's put this note here: if you've never been front row to a murderer fake crying about your family member, I don't pity you. So let's just have a little teensy look at this.
Jamie and Mama would have thanked y'all too. I love you guys, and so do they. And so do they. I'm sorry. To me,
Okay, so we'll just go back a little bit more.
for granted, in love with all that you have in you, like they did. And lastly, my take on not taking people for granted. I want to thank my family, also known as my cat fam, my grandparents, my siblings, Julie, Johnny, Jaden, JoJo, Trent, Tristan, Ashley, and Jesse for helping me get through my worst nightmare. And last but not least, I want to thank Tasha, Bree, Nate, Lane, Kimberly Hayes, Kim Bowling, Katie, and most of all, my father, Angie, and Ben for making such a big difference. Jamie and Mama would have thanked y'all too. I love you guys, and so do they. And so do they. I'm sorry.
Okay, so yeah, there's the I'm sorry there at the end. Apparently, she also referred to Jamie as her bonus dad at some point throughout that, which I
Oh.
don't know
Okay.
why that's a problem. She's got like a bio dad
Yeah.
who she's quite close to.
Mo, or our
Um,
friend Mo in the deep end, she calls her stepdaughter her bonus daughter. It's a common term.
Yeah. And DB, yeah, the worst part about this is no adult pulled her aside beforehand and explained what a eulogy is.
There's that too.
Yeah. Poor kids' trauma and shock can make us say all sorts of things. Yeah, agreed. And yeah, she said nothing wrong. Yeah, I've watched the whole thing. I'm not going to play the whole thing now. I've watched the whole thing, and it's a kid obviously in a really traumatic state, giving what she thinks is a eulogy, and some people there are taking some things she said probably the wrong way, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Thank you for the gifted membership, Chuck Anderson's daughter.
Thank you.
Very nice of you. Okay, yes. Let's keep going. So back to this. Boom. Okay. So fast forward to July 15, 2025 for context. Later, when Sarah Grace was arrested, family members came forth to speak about their earlier suspicions. Guess who found their allegations particularly interesting? Guess who? Yes, guess who? So there's that little piece from the TikTok, and family breaks silence. Sarah isn't who you think. And by the way, that needs an apostrophe, Lauren. You've had a long time to fix that. Isn't needs an apostrophe.
Damn it, Grayson.
Actually, yeah, Grayson.
That would be Grayson.
Yes, that's her fault.
She's the one who flicks through the thumbnails and like the different examples, and Laura's like, no, do this, no, do that, no, do that. So
that's true.
Actually, I guess it'd be a team effort. They both failed, really. They both failed.
Fail, epic fail. Epic
wow, Lauren. I'm so disappointed.
I really hate misplacement of apostrophes or just no apostrophe. It really annoys me.
Yeah, same.
I just
almost as much as I hate it when I make that mistake.
Oh, I kick myself.
It drives me crazy.
I stuff up my apostrophes, but it's a thumbnail. You can fix it.
Yeah.
Fix it. You've had a long time. This was July 15, 2025. Fix it, guys. And okay, also, yes, this is a horrible thumbnail because they've gone and taken like a photo of Sarah Grace looking really pretty and happy to camera, and then they've actually gone and put an arrow to her in one of her TikToks crying, and the idea is, oh, look at her going from happy to crying all in a TikTok. And then here is this woman who they've got on, this Christian woman who is about to break silence and talk about, you'll see in a minute, how guilty she is. So, okay, let's have a look. Just a tad of this interview. Grammy Cheryl, do you think she did it? My opinion is no, she didn't. I have no idea. And I ain't going to make my decision on that till I've heard all the evidence. But right now, she innocent. She innocent. So,
what I have heard that is suggested that she did it. Stop licking that. I think is a big nothing burger.
yeah,
Okay, that came out wrong. Sorry, Junior was.
Yeah, it's not like we've seen video of her like pew-pewing her parents.
Yeah.
Like this is not a Darryl Brooks situation.
Yeah.
So I tend to bring things back to that analogy. So or that case. So I tend to lean innocent unless I've seen something really damning like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Resting guilt or face.
Resting guilt or face. Yeah. And unless I've seen something that is like I saw it or I watched it go down in real time. I watched the person do it. I saw evidence of it happening in real time. Then I will lean innocent until I've heard everything. That's just it. So yeah, for right now, she's innocent, but I have no idea. I have no clue. Stop flicking that. Clip that. Okay, cool. All right, let's have a look at this.
Been out since, I'm pretty sure the day after the funeral, her dad posted it. It's been public this entire time. But what people don't know is that after she got done and the funeral was over, she went one by one to everybody in my family, everybody that knew James, and also hugged us and said she was sorry, which is an odd thing to say when your mother was murdered. You know, we don't know exactly what she meant by that, so I'm not going to say that I do, but if it's weird that she said I'm sorry in the eulogy, it's very weird that she went around and said that she was sorry to people who lost, you know, and we did. We lost an uncle and a brother and a friend, but she lost her mother. You know, we were sorry.
That is interesting because an investigator has stated, people have pointed out that at the end of her eulogy, Sarah said sorry, but some people thought that meant sorry she was crying. But you're saying that the sorries continued after the eulogy.
Absolutely.
To too many people.
Not only did the sorry.
Oh my God, throw away the key.
Okay, I just want to say I am someone who is very, very, very polite to a fault. Hella can attest to that.
Yeah.
And I will apologize obsessively Hella has told me to stop apologizing before. I do it so much. I'm just one of those people. And it irritates me that I do it so much. And I try not to, but I do.
It's very irritating. Can you stop going on about it?
My point is, woman. God, I hate you so much.
I hate you.
See, that's just proof we actually hate each other.
Yep.
My point is that in a situation like this, I could see myself saying sorry, just like, I'm sorry you have to go through this. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry, DB. So to you don't know exactly the reason she's saying sorry. And quite frankly, if she did it, I doubt she's going around telling people she's sorry in that she did it.
That's true.
Especially if she's a cold-blooded murderer, I doubt she has the capacity to really care about everyone else's feelings around there.
That's fair. That's actually a good point, right? Like, let's just assume for a second she's a cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah.
And she killed her mom and stepdad just like a week or two beforehand. Is she really got it in her to go around going, I'm so sorry I did that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, oopsie, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, that it is a bit absurd.
Yeah.
It does sound quite right, does it?
Have you seen my mom?
I have. You seen my mom? Yeah, sorry. That's a Chandler Holson
Yeah.
joke between us. Let's just watch a tiny bit more.
Sorries continue on the day of the funeral. The sorries continued to my mom in particular, and I can speak for my mom. That's why I'm here, is to speak on behalf of our family. You might see my face, but this is from everyone.
Okay. So let's just get this straight. So
She was saying you were sorry.
On behalf of our family, of our whole family. Okay, so and Emily in chat, you might be able to help out with this a bit. So when she says on behalf of our family, she's referring to Jamie Brock's family, which is the stepdad. So there's two sides to this very clearly. The stepdad's family believe that Sarah Grace Patrick is a cold-blooded murderer and she did it. Whereas the biological mum's family, which is Kristen, are like, what the hell? No, you got nothing and stop it. So there's this really clear divide between them. And from what I can tell, the stepdad's family have been quite vocal on social media and in the media trying to get that narrative out. And they've also been quite like they've been pushing that on their Facebooks and things like that. So this woman here, this Kristen Dowder, I think her name is, she was looking actively for places to speak about this. And of course, Lauren is like, me, like, yeah, sure, I'll give you a place. This is a victim centric loving place this is for you. This stream is for you. We're not going to make tons of money out of it. It's for you to tell your truth. Yeah. So I'm right. Am I right? Yeah. Lauren platformed her, and this was fantastic as far as this lady's concerned. Now, I have a big problem with this, not because she doesn't have a right to speak. She does have a right to speak, right? However, here's the problem. This is all very prejudicial to the case, which is yet to go before the court. And Lauren has something big to gain out of this. Yeah. You could be the victim's second cousins before
boyfriend from high school.
And Lauren would want to speak to you. Oh, yeah. And actually, at the beginning of this interview, Lauren made a big deal of saying that even though she's just like the niece of the decedent of the stepdad, they were very close. They actually lived together at one point because like she was studying and they were in the same area or something. So they were really, really close, guys. Like they were close. Like it might seem like she's far removed, but she's very sad. Like they were really close. Yeah. Hey, all guys, how's it going? Did none of them ever consider that they could be tainting the jury? Taint has entered the chat. Yes, taint. Okay. Lauren, taint, $signs, taint, don't care. $signs. And we are just supporting the victims by giving them a voice.
But she continued to call and text my mom for 5 months, multiple times a week, to tell her that she was sorry that Jamie was dead, and she was sorry that she lost her brother. And I mean, she manipulated and lied to my mom and tortured her for 5 months.
Did you suspect her? Did any of your side of the family?
She continued to call her and manipulate her and torture my mother for 5 months. What? She tortured her for 5 months by calling her? Okay.
I mean, people calling me is torture, but not for the normal person.
It's torture for them.
Suspect Sarah Grace as being responsible for this, or did your mother, James's sister, believe her?
Nobody believed her.
Really?
I don't know anybody that believed her.
Well, that's a lie, because everyone on the mother's side, the biological mother's side, didn't think for a second that she had anything to do with this. So it's not about believing her, it's just not thinking for a second that she had anything to do with this. So
That's a lie.
there's nothing to.
That's a lie.
And I can't speak for her family. And I won't say names because it is an ongoing investigation, but I can say that multiple members of her family told my mother that Sarah was involved.
And so what does that look like when you say involved? Was she acting on her own? Did she pull the trigger? Was this a conspiracy? What do you think happened?
Easy,
The
Alex.
theories, I don't think any of us have a solid theory. I mean, maybe now, but then we didn't think it was possible that she acted alone. And I still don't know that she did, because it just seems odd that she would be the one to pull the trigger.
No gun found in the house.
No.
Yeah.
What a
It's so odd that
question.
the girl I'm accusing of murder would have murdered them. Sweetie, you clearly aren't a natural blonde. I mean, come on now. I'm sorry,
Lauren,
but
we need to go back to the question. The question. There's a trial coming up, Lauren.
Theory, I mean, maybe now.
What do you think happened?
The theories, I don't think any of us have a solid theory. I mean, maybe now.
You realize this chick's going to be a witness, right?
I can't wait for Cross. I cannot wait for Cross.
What the hell? Like, this is so stupid.
Oh,
This is like, the trial's in August. It was going to be in January. I heard this interview 100 times. I lost my mind every time. Yeah,
my God.
yeah, it's nuts. Sarah does have a great attorney,
Good.
thank goodness.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
But like, this isn't the only time this woman here, Kristen Dowder, spoke. But because so many people, well, not, I think there was a couple of others from her side of the family spoke on in media reports, but there was also the bond hearing as well. There was so much said publicly. Unfortunately, some people from Sarah's biological side of the family, biological mum's side of the family, spoke out in her defense as well publicly. So there's a lot of stuff out there which could be used at trial potentially, and it's just all really messy. The bond hearing was a disgrace. Yeah, I know. Who did? Her biological dad has spoken out. Her granddad has spoken. Her grandma has spoken. There's all sorts of people who have all spoken. It's messy. I'll show you a bit more in a minute. Yeah, we'll watch just a little bit more of this and then we'll keep going.
But then we didn't think it was possible that she acted alone. And I I still don't know that she did.
Hang on,
because
smart, that she was going to go to college and graduate high school and make her family proud, that she was beautiful, that she had her life put together. Are we not seeing the same picture that you guys are seeing of her?
I can't speak a ton of it on her. I wasn't around her a lot, but I'm not here to tell a story. Every time I was around her, she was very
Yeah, you
sweet.
are.
She was very, open to talk to whoever was around. She struck me as a sweet girl. She did. But I didn't live in the home with her. And so, Jamie has said multiple times that you don't know the real Sarah. He didn't go into detail because, to be honest,
Jamie is the decedent. So Jamie is the stepdad. So she's saying that when he was alive, he said that you don't know the real Sarah. Okay. What does that mean?
Wow, a 16-year-old girl isn't getting along with her stepdad? That's unheard of. That must mean she killed him.
Never heard of anything like that before, ever.
Assuming that's even true. Assuming that's even true.
Assuming. Yes, she's a
Okay.
teenager. Yeah.
She's a teenager.
Shock. Yeah, huge. And this is something that should be brought up in a podcast that is going out to hundreds of thousands of people. And P.S., Lauren and Grayson could edit this. These are not live. Right? They don't have to put this stuff out. And I know I'm going to get people in the comments going, "Oh, I'm bashing this victim here."
No,
right? I don't think that it's right for Lauren to be platforming this kind of stuff.
No.
At all. I don't think it's right.
And
I personally I personally would never take an interview like this. I just wouldn't. I would never take an interview like this from either somebody who is pro-guilt or pro-defense prior to a trial, ever. I think it is icky and it is wrong. And it could push the scales of justice, and I don't like it. And these people are in grief. They're in mourning. They're very sad. They've just lost someone very, very close to them. And someone who is part of their family has been arrested. I don't like the idea of getting victims on and having them pour their guts out so that I can get more followers and subscribers and views and clicks. I just don't like it. Nope. And I've never done it, and I never will. Sorry, do go on.
I guess I've said one or two snarky things, but I'm not really bashing her for being a victim. And I understand as a family member why you might feel this way. You'd be biased, and I understand family members are going to feel a certain way. But that's why we don't have family members sit on a jury. And at the end of the day, this girl deserves a fair trial, and she's clearly not getting it.
Yep, that's exactly right. Kat Not Williams, hey, mate, that's actually a good point. Or let it be 5 minutes put alongside another perspective. That's a good point too. So some news channels, they do that. They'll have family members on, and they'll have them on for just a little bit, and they'll get their point of view, and then they'll put on a different perspective. Or even if they don't, it's just short.
Yeah.
This is different. This is having somebody on for an hour and a bit to just spill their guts out and give all the skeletons in the closet. Yeah. And just pour over all the details of their family background. And it's just all the nasty stuff. It just feels icky. We don't need to know all this about what Jamie said about her before he died. And later on, she talks about like what she wanted to get from the house to remind her of her mum, and why she thought that was weird, that she just wanted that one thing. And it's just yuck, yucky. I don't like it. Hey, Sleuthy, how are you? Yeah. Okay, so we might just move on to. Okay, I need to push this back up. So this there. Okay, might move on to the next bit of this. So March, June 2025, Sarah Grace creates a TikTok account posting videos mourning her parents' death. Oh dear, not the TikTokies. Not the TikTokies, everybody. Hey, Sleuty. Hey, Tracy, how are you, mate? Laura knows it all, don't forget. Yeah. Now, part of the problem here is that, and I believe this is actually being used, like it's in evidence, right? That she supposedly, well, she did, you can see this message here. Sarah Grace, tried to get some TikTok influencers on board to cover the case.
Yeah.
So she said, and this is Sarah Grace, actually reaching out to some influencers. So she goes, I think it will be a really big hit because the only person who posted about it made it as the first image you see when you Google their names. Plus, I can give you intel, just I can't give you anything that could break the case. That's what the cops told me, right? She contacts high-profile true crime influencers, urging them to cover the case. All right, so let's have a look at this. Shout out to Conspiracy. She has all of the deleted TikTok videos. I'll show you here. She has all of them on her channel, and she's posted them without editing. Like she hasn't. Well, she's taken out the copyright music, but she's made it so that you can view them without like what I'll say is a lot of the channels, like the news stations, people like HTC, sorry to say it, but even people like Brian Enton, those kind of guys, they're showing just the really salacious stuff, whereas this is just everything, right? So I'm going to show you, see, if you see her whole grid there, right? You can see it's not all just the really sexualized kind of images, and I hate to say it, but they are showing images of her trying to look really kind of grown up and glamorous, and here I am just like like that. She's playing with filters, and that stuff's been thrown all over thumbnails and things all over the internet. And then there's the ones where she's crying in the camera, but then there's other things here. Like there's stuff with her church congregation. There's the picture of the house. If we just go back a little bit, then there's her and her mum when she was younger. It's not all that me attention grabbing stuff when you look at this.
He doesn't know it, but a year from now our family will be torn apart, and I will be far away and won't see or talk to him for 5 years.
Birthday to you. Yay. Snowing. I mean, no one really shows this, do they?
Mm-mm.
Like, this is not the stuff that makes her look guilty. This is not what people want to show on their news reports and their streams that are all about how she was so like desperate and attention seeking. Okay, so let's go forward and see what the stuff is that they are showing. That I can't do this without my mum. Ignore my ugly cries. Hardest part is the fact that it hasn't even been a month yet, and her birthday and Mother's Day and my birthday is all coming. I don't see anything wrong with that.
No.
Okay, so people are saying that the mascara running down the face is staged. Let's get back to Brad Pitt. Yeah, agreed. Like, I find this really tough to look at.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, the comments on like Lauren's stream, for example, are just horrendous. They're just, she's so performative. She is such a narcissist. Like, those TikToks are so obviously fake. I can't believe it. I'm like, really? Have you actually looked at them?
Yeah.
I don't see anything at all wrong with this. Yeah.
That's a good point. Sorry for the same song, she said.
She says,
I'm sorry all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. They say evil brat. Yeah, it's actually insane the stuff people are saying. I'm very surprised at how mean people are being towards her just for this stuff. Like, I get that people are there are a lot of people who are very trusting in the government, and they believe that a probable cause affidavit means that there's a lot of evidence, which it's not really that true. Probable cause affidavit's very low bar. However, I get there are people who believe that. Okay. But for them to look at these and think that they're damning in any way, I just don't see it. I really just don't. This one gets played a lot. Please send prayers for healing and for a break from everything. I'm so tired. I should probably delete later. Well, she did. I don't know if she or somebody else deleted the whole account later, but that got played. It's still getting played to death. Okay, so the fact that like she actually graduated early, she graduated, I think it was it May 2025, Emily? And there's some happy photos. I don't know if they're in here or not, but there's some happy photos of her graduating, and there are some happy looking images later of her sort of, there she is. Yes, it was May. I was right. And she's using filters, and she looks all glamorous. She looks older than she is. People are taking that and going, oh, well, how could she look so happy? Like, she's such a narcissist, you know. Yeah, well, there we go. 21st of the 5th, there she is in her garb there. And yeah, I mean, are people who have lost loved ones never allowed to smile ever again? Does that make them murderers? I really hate these very, very ultra glamorous images being used as thumbnails and things. I find them gross. She's 16. It's like, okay, so she made the decision to post these, but she made the decision as a minor. Adults are making the decision to use them as fodder for their streams, their content, and I find that appalling. Just saying. Yeah. Cool. All right. I think it's enough of that. Yeah. Ellie have no clue what happened. So her mum, what's that? Sorry, could you just read that? Well, I think so.
Yeah, law enforcement have no clue what happened, so her mom's family was like, try to make it go viral, Sarah, to garner attention. The point. She did it too for her mom. Then his fam threw her under the bus. It's a mess. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that there were people who on his side of the family who were encouraging her to get internet attention. It's like, and then they're like, oh, look, she's trying to get internet attention. It's like, what? All right. Hey, Blue Jay. I feel for this girl. I begged for God to take me after my brother was murdered. I said sorry to him. I can't imagine people taking that as I killed him, right? And thank you for the Canadian $6.99. And I'm so sorry, mate. That's a terrible story. It's a terrible story. All right, let's keep going. So more. Right. So July 8th, 2025, following an investigation involving the FBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the GBI, and private labs, Sarah Grace Patrick, she was 17 at the time, is notified of an outstanding arrest warrant. Now, this is what happened, and we're about to get into what Coffindaffer said, which is going to blow your mind. She turned herself in, described as a self-surrender. She is charged as an adult with 2 counts each of murder, malice murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during a felony. I think the firearm charge was actually added later. Correct me if I'm wrong, Emily, in chat, or all eyes. If she did it, why the F would she be begging people to investigate, make it make sense? Well, she would do that. That's what murderers do. I'm right. See, I'm winning today. I'm winning today. I'm doing all right. Okay. So this is one of my favorite stupid comments from a prosecutor in a press conference ever. July 9, 2025, Carroll County officials held a press conference to discuss the arrest and refer to the mountains of evidence that led them there. There ain't no mountain high enough.
Led by investigator TJ Repetto, our team has pursued every lead, sifted through mountains of physical and digital evidence, conducted countless interviews, and collaborated with agencies such as the FBI, the GBI Crime Lab, and private forensic laboratories. In a world where television portrays crimes being solved in under an hour, the truth here is much more complex. Real justice takes time. Time to ensure that no detail is overlooked and no stone is not turned over. Sheriff Terry Langley, alongside Captain Guy Pope and Lieutenant Jackson Lawrence.
Stones and mountains and all those things. Yeah, so mountains of physical and digital evidence led to this. but we haven't really seen any. And that was on July 9, 2025. So, yeah, we'd like to know what the mountains of physical and digital evidence are, because, yeah, we're waiting. We left no mountain unturned. And it's one of those moments. Okay, here's the other thing, right? Once prosecutors decide to get up and do a press conference like this and pat each other on the back, you know what's going to happen after that? That means they will stop at nothing to get a conviction. Nothing. That means that's it. It's over. Like, it does. If new information comes in to exonerate Sarah Grace Patrick, they don't care. They don't care. That's it. It's done. It's over. They've stood up now. It's done. They can't look dumb now. No, they made their decision. They got up and said it. It's done. Yeah. Like, she is screwed. From that moment onwards, she is screwed. I'm going to kick Dali out. If he wants to come back later, he can. Okay. July 2025, post-arrest. Okay, and we have Sarah Grace is denied bond after a very emotional and public bond hearing, including testimony from many family members on her stepdad's side expressing their fear of her. Their fear of her. She could do it again, guys. Yeah. The full media circus really began in earnest at that point. It was on like Donkey Kong at that point. We'll just watch a little tiny bit of this. So this is some of the people who testified, the sons. So just so you all know, there's a big blended family thing going on here. So Jamie Brock, he had 3 sons that weren't living there in the house. And this is the oldest one you can see on the thumbnail.
Brock, I am James's oldest son.
Hang on, I'll get to the part where he talks about her.
Before you make your decision regarding bond,
This bit.
I respectfully ask that you consider several critical factors. First and foremost, I believe the defendant poses a serious flight risk. Her family has significant financial resources and a wide support network, both of which could easily be used to help her evade law enforcement if she were released. These are not speculative concerns. They are grounded in the reality of her background and the means available to her. Additionally, based on her past behavior and what I know of her personally, I do not believe she has the integrity or accountability required to face the consequences of her actions. She has shown a willingness to avoid responsibility, and in my opinion, she would absolutely attempt to flee rather than stand trial if given the opportunity. In addition to the risk of flight, I am deeply concerned for the safety of my family. The gruesome and violent details of this case have shown me that the defendant has a disturbing lack of regard for human life. If someone is capable of what happened here, then I cannot ignore the real possibility that she could pose a threat to those of us left behind, especially if she were released on bond. This case is already caused.
Okay. All right. So he's scared that she's going to do it again, and also that she might escape. Now, this bit, I'm just going to move on a bit. This bit really, really bothered me. So this lady here, she is a friend of the family, and she's there to read out a letter from another one of the sons who's 12 years old and is scared of Sarah Grace Patrick coming and hurting him.
My name is Kelly Brown, Kellie Brown. Your Honor, I'm speaking this morning on behalf of the 12-year-old son of Jamie Brock. He is not able to emotionally speak in front of people, he is here in the courtroom today. So I'm just going to read you what he wrote, okay? My name is Jaden Brock, and I am 12 years old. I wanted to talk today because my dad and stepmom was shot and killed. I miss him every day. My dad was my hero and the person I looked up to the most. We did everything together. He helped me with school, and he always made me laugh, and we joked around a lot. Since he died, everything has changed. I feel sad and confused. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to focus.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? It's fair enough that the kid is sad and confused. It's fair enough the kid misses his dad. This is all very, very sad. It kind of got nothing to do with whether or not a 17-year-old should be kept in solitary confinement in an adult women's jail because she's awaiting trial. Like, this is playing on the emotions of everybody, including the court. I don't like this.
And it's even hard to smile sometimes. I still wait to hear his voice or see him walk through the door, but I know that will never happen again. What makes me more sad is I trusted Sarah and I loved her like a sister. Why would she do this to me? And why would she hurt everyone like this? I don't understand why someone would do this, but I know it is not right. My dad and Kristen didn't deserve this. No one does.
Oh.
And I don't think someone who could do something like this should be allowed to go free right now. I wouldn't feel safe, and I would be so scared. Please think about what my family is going through. I hope you make a decision that protects us and remembers who my dad was. A good man, a loving dad who didn't deserve to die. Thank you for listening to me.
Yeah, so it's that protects us and remembers who my dad was, a good man. Okay, so look, I can't believe that a 12-year-old wrote that without coaching. I just don't. And also, the people that are responsible for him and his safety and well-being should be reassuring him that he's not in any danger. I just don't like that they've encouraged him to write this. I just don't. It just doesn't feel right at all. Feels so bad. Feels so bad. A 12-year-old would process people feeling badly for him differently than an adult. Yeah. Hey, old line, please put an American citizen who stands innocent of this moment in jail without a trial based on feelings. Yes, exactly. Okay, I'll just say very briefly, I find these public bond hearings that have the victims of crime speaking to the court, asking for the court to please keep the defendant without bond for reasons other than just because they're scared, basically, and but also because it's in memory of the person that they love. Like they're able to say things like that. Especially when like the cameras are rolling and it's a big high profile case and it influences the jury pool, really, like it does. I just don't like it. I know it's the law. I know that in some states that's the law. You can do it. Just don't like it. Georgia, it happens. Utah, it happens. Michigan, I believe it happens. Sure, there's plenty of other states where it happens too. It just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, it allows all of this stuff to just come out really publicly, and the channels just love it because it's lots of really emotional stuff that comes out, and it's very pro-guilt. People love pro-guilt stuff because put all the criminals away. Yeah. And yes, it happened in Corey Richards. It happened in Corey Richards. Yeah. Yeah, that one's coming up next month. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's move on. So the trial was set for early January, but has been delayed until August due to the need for expert testimony. Due to her young age and adult charges, Sarah's being held in solitary. By August, this would be over a year of 23 and 1. So let's hit some of the talking points because this has blown up all over the media and social media. Enter Jenny C., the woman who often confuses her alleged criminals with wine bottles. Okay, so 6th of January 2026. So Jennifer Coffindaffer appears on Hidden Killers with Tony Bruschi. And there's Tony Bruschi on the right. He is the host. And just watch the face of this other lady. I can't see her full name there, but she's just like, you just got to see the way she reacts to Jennifer Coffindaffer. She's going to talk about the fact that she believes that because Sarah Grace Patrick turned herself in, that means there must have been a confession.
But turned herself in, can that also just not mean we're either going to forcibly come and get you, or you can come turn yourself in? One of the two is going to happen. It's up to you which way you want to take this.
I was going to ask that as well. You know, I didn't take it that way. Perhaps, but that doesn't look, law enforcement isn't going to just call up and say, hey, listen, if you don't turn yourself in, we're going to come get you. No, that isn't how it works. They would have went and arrested her if they had the information they needed. So I'm believing that the crux of their case lies within the information that she gave them. In other words, did she give them where the gun is, where she bought that gun, how she learned how to shoot that gun? Did she give them information pertaining to all the details, which is what she should have been briefed about? What made her do this?
Huh?
What was her, how exactly did she do it? What, pushed her to the edge of doing it? I would expect all those details.
Look at this chick's face. Look at this chick's face. Stacey Cole. Look at her. What? What are you talking about?
To be in a confession, and by the fact that she turned herself in, I think
Her eyes.
It's a lot of ifs, though. We don't even know. We don't know if there's a confession. We don't know what they have. I mean, this is the whole thing about this. It's so hard to discuss. And this is what I was kind of chuckling about the other night when I was on Court TV, because it's like, this is just pure blank slate, speculation. The entire case is, because we don't have anything. How odd is it to you that we really know next to nothing about this case other than simply she's been charged? We know nothing of it.
Just throw me out of my own stream.
No, because your camera was still on when you went off screen. So I didn't know if something embarrassing would happen. So I removed you trying to be courteous.
Of the evidence, other than they say they have a mountain of it.
Yep.
And every piece of speculation, and it doesn't really, our speculation, people's speculation doesn't really make a damn bit of difference, but it's everybody's looking at this with her digital footprint and her TikTok videos and her eulogy going,
I can't work Tony Bruschi out. Most of the time I hate his guts. But in this instance, he's making a bit of sense. So, okay.
See, she must be this monster. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it.
Well, I mean, when you present it that way, I can understand why you're not feeling it. But I think just from a law enforcement perspective, knowing what happens when somebody turns themselves in, understanding the likely confession that is going to be corroborated by the evidence she gave them. In other words, She gave them information and then they corroborated it. In other words, following and tracking her cell phone, where it went. Does that match up with
Is
what
she still
Following
talking?
Tracking her cell phone where? The girl was in bed. She was at home. Do you know anything about this? No.
what she says she did? Information pertaining to how she acquired that gun. Does that match up in her phone records, either her texting or calling the person, or going to the location where she got the gun, and then where did she put it? And
What gun? There is no gun. Okay. Do you know no gun was found? Do you actually know that? That's what
Because
she
she
did.
destroyed it.
She destroyed it.
again, they're going to match that up with the digital footprint. I think that's what she means, or what they mean. That's how I'm tracking this case. I agree with you. It's in the closet right now, but it's going to come to light, and the grand jurors saw it.
They've kept a lot of this quiet. And the part that, and I don't want to nitpick here, but if I were approached about something of this nature, I would turn myself in because I'm a law-abiding citizen. I wouldn't fight this. So I guess I'm leaning with Tony on this, that to me, turning yourself in doesn't necessarily implicate you in a crime.
Well, when I hear the words turning myself in, that means implicating yourself in a crime.
Interesting.
If I hear,
you're an idiot.
Huh? Huh?
In a minute, we're going to hear what actually happened. And not only what actually happened, like it's news, it's been out there for months. Like if she had bothered to look at it at all before she shoots her mouth off on the 6th of January this year, she would know before sounding like a complete douche.
Diddy turned himself in. A lot of people turn themselves in. A lot of people.
See, I would because I'm not going to fight the system.
I mean, this happens all the time where it's like, we're going to come get you, or you can have until this time to show up and peacefully turn your ass in.
Or they'll show up with a battering ram. That would be my concern. So you know what? I'm going to do the law-abiding thing because I'm a law-abiding citizen. So that's where I'm coming from.
Huge difference. Huge difference.
Huge.
Diddy had an attorney. Diddy's attorney was in touch with authorities. He was allowed what we call a self-surrender. In other words, there was already a warrant. He was allowed.
Lady, that's what happened. Right? If you had looked at this at all, there was a self-surrender.
Self-surrender. They do.
If they had evidence, they would have got Diddy. Right? I mean, if Diddy was guilty and they had evidence, they would have just gone and they wouldn't have let him turn himself in. That's silly.
Involved, and they know where he's at, and so on and so forth. That's a big difference from this situation. There's no attorney. My understanding, when I hear those words, is law enforcement. That means
as law enforcement.
What do you think? A 16-year-old girl's going to go on the lam? Really? Yeah, like she's not going to stick out like a sore thumb, honey.
Yeah.
What do you think? She's going to be hitchhiking along the interstate? Or maybe she has a secret boyfriend going Bonnie and Clyde on the highway. I mean, good Lord.
Good Lord. Jennifer does no research except for a 3-minute Goog before she speaks or something. Like, yeah, she's a clown. She is an absolute clown. This woman.
Even I do 5 minutes of research.
Yeah. Look, that's pushing it, Dali. But I mean, you're not pretending to be a FBI agent. And P.S., look behind her. See that little flag thing? No, not you. Look behind her. See the flag that she's got behind her? Like it would be her right shoulder. She's got like a Department of Federal Investigations or whatever it is. She got an FBI flag thing behind her, right? She probably bought it on Temu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She, like we've got to debunk this qualification. We have to, and we'll just watch a little bit more, and then we'll show you what really happened.
She turned herself in for doing something wrong. That's way different than, hi, law enforcement, I'm here to be interviewed.
Then what Diddy did.
Questions. Big difference. How it's being termed is turned herself in.
But this is going to trial too. This is not like, okay, I'm guilty. Here I turn myself in. I mean, then we start, everybody jumps into the, well, what's the defense going to be? Are they going to go down the road of she was abused?
I hate this photo. Stop it. Stop it. Stop sexualizing the 16-year-old. Stop it. There are other photos of her. Show a damn mugshot if you have to. And Tony, I'm talking to you. This is your stream. You don't have to show that. Yuck.
Or this or that, and that's what made her do it. We're not even there yet, but a lot of folks are speculating that that's the way they're going to go with this. Some of the speculation as to why this has now been pushed out to August of this year is also for a mental health evaluation, which does seem to shine some light in your direction, Jen, of okay, if the mental health is going to be an angle of this, then we are kind of going down a road of maybe she did have something to do with this, and they're going to go down a road of abuse, of this or that, and in her mind she saw no other way out other than this. But again, I just feel like this case keeps being built on speculative blocks. It's like a house of cards, and one of these goes out, and everything that everybody's speculating on also goes out the window too. We just don't know much yet.
Well, we don't know a lot, but that's how cases really should be. I mean, frankly, within the Bureau, we didn't go out and tell anything to the media. You built this. The other issue, I think, is separating what happens in a law enforcement venue versus the legal venue. Meaning, if somebody comes in and turns themselves in and wants to confess to a crime, and you read them the Miranda rights and they waive their rights, that's it. I can ask whatever questions. They can pull their Miranda anytime they want, and they're made aware of that. But I start writing and I start preparing a criminal.
You've never done any such thing. Well, maybe she was like a note taker, like for the FBI. Like maybe she was there, like like shorthand, because she started writing and that kind of thing. Anyway, of course, it's better to turn yourself in. She had to. She had no choice. They were going to come get her otherwise. All right, let's go. So anyway.
Criminal complaint to charge.
Oh. No. Sarah Crace's bio dad, Danielle Patrick, explains what really happened. So if she had looked at all, she would have seen that this is what happened.
So the whole process was the day before they brought us in for a witness impact statement is what they were saying. And they were supposed to give property back. When we went in there to
we've heard
allow
this
my
before,
daughter.
right? Yeah. So they brought her in for a witness impact statement, and they were supposed to give some property of hers back. That's how they got her into the station. They tricked her. Yeah. So her bio dad had her at his house. She was staying there. They thought everything was fine. And P.S., there was a grand jury, so they already had a PCA. They were ready to arrest her anyway. Yeah. But they clearly wanted to get more statements from her. So they told her that they just needed to get a witness impact statement from her, and also they had some of her property. So can you just come down the station for a bit? Yeah. Let's keep going.
My daughter to talk. They interrogated her, and
stop showing the bloody.
We were there for maybe 4 hours or so, and my daughter told them everything that they wanted to know multiple times. At the end of it, they started throwing pictures of her parents at us, her stepdad and her mom, deceased with gunshot wounds. And we stopped. As a father, she was considered a minor at the time, so I stopped the interview and told them that we were not going to talk no more, and they let us go. I asked them if they were arresting her, and they said no. And about 2 hours later, I guess it was, I received a call from them saying that I have to turn her in by 10 o'clock in the morning, or else they would send out the U.S. Marshals. So I talked to my daughter. She was actually headed back to Alabama to be with one of her friends. And I talked to her, and the lady that lives with me that I'm renting from, she went straight to Alabama and picked my daughter up, and we spent the night together. And then 10 o'clock in the morning, we complied. We didn't turn her in, but we came in and we did what they asked.
Before we get back to this story, we need to take a break and bring you a law and crime legal alert. If you received
Of course we do. The cops suck. And yeah, obviously Jennifer Coffindaffer sucks. Wouldn't have been too hard for her to find that. Or even just freaking Google or Grok or chat, whatever it is, find out like what happened with her arrest. But yeah, he spoke. Take a lawyer unless your lawyer is bold. That's a good one.
Facts.
Right? Geez, that pisses me off. They had a PCA, right? They were going to arrest her anyway. They let her leave. So they mustn't have thought she was very dangerous. Yeah. But they got her in there and they interrogated her under the guise of it's a witness impact statement. Probably just so they could get some more of her words. And they would have Mirandized her, and they would have said, oh, it's just procedure. Yeah, just procedure. So they would have Mirandized her, and it sounds like they got pretty nasty at the end, right? They started throwing photos of her deceased parents in front of her, and her dad, Daniel, did not like it, and he stopped it. And he said, you're going to arrest her? And they said, no, and they let her go. 2 hours later, they said, yeah, nah, you got to bring her in by the morning. Dirty tactics. Oops. Back to HTC again. So HTC asked victims on stepdad's side, niece, if Sarah Grace was mentally ill.
Yeah. You know, one thing that's been talked about with Sarah is possible mental illness, you know, because again, we see her on TikTok day in and day out crying over the loss of her mother and stepfather. And so for those of us watching this from afar, we're going to wonder about mental illness or what is happening, what this is. It's so shocking to see these TikToks and then find out that she's arrested for this crime. But I have a question, because Dennis, someone that has done interviews saying that he believes his granddaughter is innocent, said she has no mental illness. Can you help us understand what is true and what isn't? Is there mental illness that Sarah Grace was dealing with?
So
Well,
this is a
16-year-old
popular
girl.
opinion on the internet.
Sorry.
She was a 16-year-old girl.
Well, yeah, there's that. And P.S., she's talking about, Lauren was referring there to the granddad on the bio mum's side. And yeah, he's spoken to. And unfortunately that that information, I guess, could be used too. So we'll look at that in a minute.
Understand what is true and what isn't. Is there mental illness that Sarah Grace was dealing with?
So this is a popular opinion on the internet. As far as I know, no, she doesn't. And her grandfather just went on the public record to say that no, she absolutely did not. So we have to tend to agree with that. I mean, he said that they were very close. I mean, he would know.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah, he did. So, okay. So no mental illness.
Okay.
Crying on TikTok, giving a eulogy. I mean, she's really well spoken. What about, the boyfriends or ex-boyfriends that there's been speculation online, a lot of it. So
Okay, yeah, there's lots of stuff about the boyfriends and the ex-boyfriends. We won't go there right now. So yeah, as far as this Kristen woman is concerned, she's not mentally ill, and her granddad said so. So that's that. So this is on 12th of July. Sarah Grace's bio granddad answers the question about her mental health from his knowledge.
They loved that church, and
Ceiling cap.
they were very active in it at the time.
Did Sarah have any challenges in terms of mental health issues or anything like that you were aware of?
No, not at all. Not at all.
And law enforcement had said that she had moved around a bit. Who else was she? How long was she living with the Brocks?
That statement, I must have been in another world, because that's not true. She was living with the Brocks in that house for as long as as long as they had lived there. She would go see her father once in a while and maybe spend a weekend with him, but no, she was living in that house, as far as I know, from the moment they purchased it.
There's a lot that's been made about her social media, her TikToks, and
yeah, so exactly. So he doesn't know Quinn, right? So that Kristen woman on Lauren's stream was saying she doesn't have any mental health issues, and her granddad said so too. So that, right? But he doesn't know, clearly. And that would be up to an expert to find out and to testify in court and to provide a report as well. And I'm not talking about Dr. John either. I'm talking about an expert for the court. Yeah. So like this is all just stuff that people are throwing around in the media, on social media, on true crime podcasts, etc.
Well, true crime is true.
Because true crime is true, and all prior to trial, and all for people's entertainment, basically. And it's rubbish reporting, as far as I'm concerned. It's all just crap. It's all just crap. No one knows. No one knows what's going on with this girl and her state of mind. No one knows if she did anything.
No.
No one, literally no one knows if she did anything, but no one knows why she posted those TikToks, whether they're anything nefarious at all. But what we do know is that her mother and her stepdad were shot dead in their beds. And of course, she would be upset by that. And she is a teenager. Also, what hasn't been addressed, and I'm not going to go into detail about this at all, is that there were drug problems in the home. There were previous problems with the law in the home. There were custody issues. There were all sorts of things that could have, or probably will, be brought in to trial. So things that will most likely affect will affect the testimony unless they are suppressed. So these things, I don't want to talk about them, because the reason I don't want to talk about them is I don't like to look at alternate theories. When it comes to the law, I like it to be about the state versus that person, and whether there is enough evidence against that person for them to be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And if there are other theories related to the crime, that's fine, but the state is not charging anybody else. They're charging her. And if there is not enough evidence to convince a jury of her guilt, that's all I care about. Yeah. Yes, critical true crime has more information about other aspects of the case that I just won't be going there. I just won't be going there. And Emily's doing a great job. So yeah. So the idea that the victim's niece knows anything about this girl is not a safe assumption. I'm sure she knows more than just like regular people who don't know anything about the family, but she's biased for sure. For sure. Yeah. We have no idea what they presented to the grand jury. I sure do wonder. Now, grand juries, let's just talk about grand juries for a second. A grand jury is like an ex parte hearing, right? Right, Darlene?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's about one side presenting their argument to a group of citizens. One side, and that's the state.
Yep.
There is no defense argument. Zero. And the bar,
in most jurisdictions, yes. There's a handful of exceptions, but for the most part, you are correct.
Yep. Right. So, and the bar for evidence is down here, whereas the bar for evidence for a criminal trial is up here. Right. So it's probable cause affidavit, very, very low bar for them to say, okay, sure, you've got enough to go and arrest that person. Whereas beyond a reasonable doubt is all the way up here. Yeah. So there is no chance for the defendant to come along and say, hey, actually, no, I wasn't there. I was doing this other thing, or just to cross-examine. There's just nothing. There's no chance. So there's a reason why people say that you can a grand jury can indict a ham sandwich, because ham sandwich can't defend himself. Yeah. What's the new cat's name? Grey Bay? Yeah. They're not just but the good thing about grand juries is that if the grand jury doesn't find probable cause, then the person whose name goes before the grand jury may not even need to know. And it's private, and it doesn't end up being splashed all over the news and things like that. So, and also the state has to put together a bunch of information and have citizens look at it and go, have they really got enough? And they can pick it apart. So there are some advantages to a grand jury, but on the other hand, it's not this rigorous process that some people think that it is. Yeah. In the John Bonet grand jury, they took in defense witnesses like Lou Smith, who argued for the intruder theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the grand jury doesn't,
go ahead.
Sorry, if the grand jury doesn't find probable cause, they can just try again later. A lot of places. Yeah, that says that too. Yeah.
Sometimes if a prosecutor isn't feeling really sure about or they don't really want to, but there's political pressure, they might then allow the defense to kind of bring in some evidence themselves.
Yes.
To try to make it less likely that there will be it won't go forward to trial.
Yes, that's actually a good point. Aren't journalists supposed to be fair and balanced? Does she plan to interview the other side of the family? Good question. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, Lauren, interviewing the the defendant's side. I don't think they'd want to talk to Lauren. I hope they don't. Yeah. Yeah, ham sandwich theory. A grand jury indicts like 95 to 98% of the time. And I'm not surprised because they hear one side.
Yeah.
They hear all the bad stuff, all of the cumulative evidence that the investigators, the cops, prosecutors have found against a person, and they go, here it all is. Do you think we've got enough to meet this very low bar? Yeah. And those citizens go, yeah, just give us a little bit more. Okay, go. That's enough. Yep. So if a grand jury doesn't indict, you really don't have a case. Like, you really don't have a case. Good in theory, not always in play. There are 2 countries that use antiquated grand juries, the USA and Liberia. Wow.
And Liberia also is a bastion of freedom, and they also use the imperial system, like real humanitarian, real stewards of the planet, if you will.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that you guys in Liberia were the only ones to use grand juries. I thought they were more prevalent than that. Wow. It's very interesting. Thank you, CH. Thank you, CH.
Their system kind of comes from us in some ways.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, Lara's AI. I am too. My AI is very complimentary. I like him. Yeah, well, that's because you're AI, so you get along really well, Lara. Okay, so a new bond hearing is coming up Tuesday, supposedly tomorrow. And there are no mountains of evidence released to the public, so let's hope something can be arranged to ensure Sarah is not held in solitary for a year. Let's remember, she's 17. She's been tried as an adult. Now, because she is a minor, she has to be held in solitary for her own safety. Ring any bells? Everybody? Yeah. So, because her trial has now been continued till August, that means that if she were held in solitary for that long, that puts it at over a year that she would have been held in solitary. That is not okay. That is scary. That a young girl like that is kept in a cell on her own for over a year. So let's hope something can be done about that. Yeah, 23-1, guys. 23-1 for a year. So yeah, and it's a perfect recipe for a false confession. It's a perfect recipe for her to hurt herself. It's who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what could happen? I'm very, very scared for her. Very, very scared for her. Surely this can't be. There's got to be another way. There's got to be like, surely her dad could keep her on house arrest or something. Why can't she be put in juvenile detention? Like,
would we like to see Coffindaffer reporting some interesting facts?
Sure. What?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. I'll have to remove your crap. There we go.
How all of a sudden we have a motion. We have a motion to look at Google searches.
This is when DB pranked her.
I think I have what the Google searches were for. I think so.
Sorry.
I'm going to hold them up here. You know, if I'm wrong, again, please correct me. It's hard to tell because so many people are reporting on this. This is what I think he searched. You got, right there. Oh, I've got a terrible glare. I love the windows in this place, but the glare is terrible. Okay, I'm going to hold it still. If anybody wants to take a picture.
So these are all fake searches that DB sent her. And she ended up.
Did DB send them to her, or did you put it, DB, didn't you put it on X and she just like.
Oh, I think she got it from X. Yeah.
Yeah. and she thought they were real.
Yeah. And it was
It's-
it's bad to lie about tight 2 inches. Yeah. Good
It's
attorneys
better when she
himself.
it's better when she reads them out.
Oh, okay. I'm going to read them. Why is Steve Mullen still employed, right? Steve Mullen ended up being a investigator, I believe, for the prosecutor's office, not particularly for law enforcement. So that's a question of his. Is Jerry Holman really a cop? That one cracked me up. That told you his impression of his as a law enforcement officer,
I think
which
she's drunk.
I got to tell you, and
Oh,
I've
yeah.
read everything that was said or written regarding his 2 interviews. That is 101
with her?
how not to interview.
What's wrong with her face?
Don't know. Oh, it's falling off.
Is Jerry Holman really a cop? That one cracked me up. That told you his impression of his as a law enforcement officer, which I got to tell you, and I've read
Her eyes,
everything
like,
that was
falling
said or
down.
written regarding his 2 interviews.
Oh, yeah,
That is 101 how not to interview.
Oh dear. Yes, and we know you're very, very proud.
Yes, yes.
I think you have it pinned to your ex, don't you? You've
He
had it
does.
pinned to
That's how I found
2017.
it. And DB kept DMing me.
Yes, yes, yes. And I think I showed it on my show. That's how we met, wasn't it?
They may have
I think
been, yeah.
That's how DB and I met. It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship, kind of.
Grudging.
Yes, it's pinned. Yes, yes. She's not the brightest. Coffindaffer is not the brightest. She's a mix of Trisha and Lauren. I might be giving her too much credit. There's a hashtag if you're interested. Most of it's Karen Reed stuff because she spins some really bad Karen Reed stuff. If you look on Twitter and you type in hashtag Coffindaffer HOF as in Hall of Fame, you'll find like a really long list of the stupidest things she's ever done and said. It's really like if you want a few days of solid laughing and reading, Coffindaffer Hall of Fame. Hashtag Coffindaffer HOF. Go have a look at that. It's pretty solid. I might have put a few things in there myself. Yeah, so guys, we'll be following this more over the next few days. I don't know whether or not the bond hearing is going to actually happen tomorrow. And I'm not sure whether the bond hearing is going to be a repeat of the last one. I hope not. I hope the bond hearing is not going to be more of the family just begging the judge to please keep her locked away because we're so scared of her. Because they've already said that. Like they've had their chance to say that. I'm hoping that it's going to be more arguments from the defense as to what's changed because things have changed. Now there is an additional 6 months and her wellness is at stake. So surely there must be some arrangement that could be made to have an alternative put forth so that she's not kept in solitary for a year. I hope that's what the arguments are going to be about. What? When? I need to know. Please. Oh, Trisha and Coffindaffer together.
Oh, boy.
We need to roast this so bad. Please help me. ExcitedUtteranceAU at gmail.com. Sorry, I just forgot.
Yes,
I forgot
gmail.com.
I forgot my own email address. I was so excited. Oh, please tell me. I need this in my life. Please find it, then tag Jolene. Yeah, I will. Please, just also I need to get the best Coffindaffer links and get Jolene in on this.
Yes.
Well. Calm blue ocean.
Calm blue ocean.
Yep. Okay. All right, guys. Is ATS News live in a minute? Yeah, let's go over there. Have you got is ATS in chat?
She was earlier.
Sweet. If her redirects are set up, then yeah, we'll go over there.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, we'll
Probably
just
should.
put her link in chat.
Probably should have checked, but
yeah.
I'll go ahead and set it up.
DB, calm the fuck down. Sit. Just sit. Chill. Chill.
Calm blue ocean.
Okay. And you actually just pop into chat with your wrench and then come back again? Like, you did. I saw you.
Yes, you did.
You came in with a different account, which had a wrench, and then you came back with this account, which is
to post the link.
Yeah, you did. Deep. You nut job. Yeah, that's his move. Yeah. He's wound up on Mountain Dew. Don't give him sugar. Okay, I have a great clip of Jennifer for you, Helen. Shut up. Okay. Without doubt, the best clip of Jennifer is this one, and you don't have it.
Parking lots are actually one of the.
That's what Hella wants to do to me.
Sorry, that's better.
Parking lots are actually one of the.
Sorry. I have a ho phone and a bro phone. Suffer. Oh, you got it. No.
I just DM'd it to you. It was from 3 years ago.
C-H.
It's like 90 minutes.
C-H.
Summerwells and Petito. Plus, what is an incel and should we be worried? I'm just reading the description.
No. Oh, I hope they talk about incels together. Should
I think they might be vol cells,
worried
sweetie.
about incels?
Yeah, I think they're voluntarily celibate with you, Jennifer, but yeah, okay.
This is going to be great. This is too good. I can't wait. Yay.
Is the incel in the room with you now, Jennifer?
Please bring it on. Okay. Yay. Thank you. Now I'm in a great mood. All right. Are we going to raid ATS?
Oh, I got distracted.
You really did. Can you hurry up?
Oh, yeah, I already finished.
Cool. All right, guys. Time for the song. And yeah, when you get over to ATS News, please say hello, Raid. Thanks for hanging out. And happy Australia Day for those who it's the 26th of January, especially expats overseas. Time for the song.
Her name was Ella. She was an Aussie. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. Her co-host is Donnie and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803. To be said.